part 2 of requirements to be a pilot in the Air Force. So many people have asked. So aside from the eyesight requirements, there are other medical requirements, there are age requirements. So just to go down the list on some of these, you have to be 33 or younger. And that is when you meet the selection board, you have to be 33 or younger. You can, if you're bumping up on the edge of it, you'll need to talk to your recruiter on the exact when you have to be 33 by, but that is the cutoff date for becoming a pilot in the Air Force. You also have to work through a recruiter. So I highly recommend looking at airforcerotc.com or the Academy and going direct to one of those recruiters and telling them you want to be a pilot, because if you go through your local recruiter, you may get directed more towards becoming an airman, which would be an enlisted status, and you cannot fly in the Air Force going that route. You also have to meet the physical fitness and weight requirements, and that varies by gender and by height, but basically get yourself in good shape, and if you're not in good shape, you can go out and work on it. That is something that is within your control. So go and get in shape, and if you're in decent shape, you'll be fine. Here's a tricky one. You cannot have had asthma or hay fever or allergies after age 12. Now, there are some exceptions to this, but if you have used an inhaler, if you were prescribed to use an inhaler after age 12, that's going to be disqualifying to be a pilot in the Air Force. Definitely seek advice from your medical provider and talk to the recruiter if you're unsure or you want specifics. You have to have a bachelor's degree. That is still a requirement for the U.S. Air Force, even though they have recently begun doing a warrant officer program like they used to have and like the Army still has. But for the Air Force to be a pilot at the moment, you still need a bachelor's degree with at least a 2.5 GPA, and you have to have achieved it within the last year of applying for the pilot board. I hope that helps. If you have questions, you can ask them in the comments. I'll try to answer, or you can just talk to your recruiter because they'll have the best, most accurate, up-to-date information. Thank you for liking and following this, and stay tuned for more.